In 3, 2, 1. And welcome back to Janky AF and my Janky life. All right, so here we have a toilet, obviously. This will be and you know, it's been a while since we did a My Janky Life. I was gonna do a Where Have I Been episode, and it's like, uh-oh, whenever a YouTuber does Where Have I Been, that's never a good thing. But obviously I got some Janky, some Year of the Aerostars out. So, you know, we're back as the great, got a lot of fill being delivered here. Always wait for the neighbors and your friendly highway department truck drivers, because, you know, you might get a free dump of fill out of it sometime. We really need a dump of fill here. And we'll get one eventually, cover up that grass. And obviously, I'm bearing the lead here, but we'll talk about that in a second. So I have this beautiful toilet. This belonged to my friend Gene, and shout out to Gene. So we did a toilet raffle a while back. Perhaps you saw that, a Buffalo Bills toilet that we raffled off as free as part of a little pop-up event that we did here at Janky Painting. Gene won the Bills toilet. So the Bills toilet was a functional toilet. I don't even remember where I got it. So we brought that toilet out of its previous location, cleaned it all up, painted it like got a little Bills motif on it. Gene won the toilet. Finally, after many weeks and months of delay, I was able to install the toilet at Gene's house, and maybe we'll try to chuck a clip in here of that. Always wave to the, oh, that's a furniture company. Well, always wave to your friendly furniture companies too. So, and as of course, you know, being full service here at Janky Painting, we removed Gene's old toilet, and this is interesting. This is, I think this is a Church Easy Clean seat. I don't know how easy it actually is to clean, but I guess maybe these hinges are supposed to be easy to clean. It's a URC, you know, pretty standard. A nice unit here, and we've just cleaned it all up. So you can see the cleaning supplies, because it did sit outside for a bit and just, you know, needed a little TLC. I was gonna take this apart. You know, when you take a toilet out, it's kind of hard when you have to take it all in one piece. These bolts are all seized on, but the good thing about that is when they're so seized up like that, it's very unlikely that anything's gonna leak. So it's kind of like a little built-in security system. Anywho, took this out for Gene when we put our Bill's toilet in. And then my good friend Ben just moved back into town. Shout out to Ben. So I've been helping him do some painting, just getting the rooms ready for the kids and all that. And so he had this toilet that was like flushing really badly, had some tenants that were, you know, doing shenanigans and whatnot, and he actually took the toilet out and he was too curious. He popped open the back of it and found a bunch of Legos in there, which we both said we should do a Lego themed toilet. That would be kind of fun. Anywho, neither here nor there. So then I was like, well, you know, he was gonna go to Home Depot, spend like 300 bucks on a toilet or whatever. I was like, Ben, I think I got this toilet lying around from Gene. So now someone else's toilet's going into Gene's house. Gene's toilet's coming out, and now Gene's toilet may be headed to Ben's house. So, you know, I was gonna call it musical toilets, you know? Always wave to your friendly dump truck fill guys. So anyways, I just thought that was kind of funny and cute. And also, of course, you know, in a more serious note, the Janky ethos is like, you know, trying to make do with what you got. And you know, $300, you know, moving across the country is not cheap. And it's like, you know, if you can save a little bit of money here and there, why not? That's a nice day out with your family or wherever, you know? That's a payment on something. That's a bill. So if you know, this toilet would have probably just gone into the dump, and then someone would have gone to the hardware store, bought a brand new toilet, completely wasteful. So we try to, as we are probably gonna get some rain here in a second, folks, but you know, just to be able to provide a good toilet. Now hopefully, I mean, the thing is, it worked fine. It probably has been in there since the house was built in like the 80s. So, you know, didn't have any problems when it came out. Should be totally good. Obviously we'll check for leaks and all that. You'll need to get a wax ring, but you need to get one of those with a toilet anyways. So there you have it. That's you know, trying to do our community toilet service. And hopefully everything works out. I'll keep you updated. But the Bill's toilet finally going in was very nice. It's probably Janky Painting's real first flushable toilet install that we've done successfully. I did like sort of a prototype, mixed results. So that's sort of like new ground here for Janky Painting too. Now this is just shameful and embarrassing on 2 counts. Here's the red one that I've barely even talked to you about. And then we have 86er over here. The green one is still up at $1 Million View. And I don't know if the battery is totally shot on it. I've been trying to trickle charge it. It's funny because I did unhook the battery, so it should, you know, You know, I don't think I killed it, but maybe it just, something happened anyway. So I have not driven any of my Aerostars this year. You can see still full of toilets from our art show. And actually this toilet I have to try to give shout out to Shane. I'm gonna try to get this to him before he goes back to New Zealand. You know, but obviously this, I talk, if you've ever watched my Year of the Aerostar, when I'm talking about how good the interior paneling is, look at the sag on that. I mean, you could just completely, I'm gonna try to put it in with some sheet metal screws, but it's never gonna be the same once it gets warped. But you know, obviously just such a pretty interior. I really want to drive this thing again. The Aerostars, I've been trying to pay off a lot of debt. I have been paying off a lot of debt, been consolidating debt. We're really on a good track now, and the summer's coming. We're working a lot, just trying to hammer down and get the credit scores gone up, all these good things, trying to like get back to square one. But you know, the collateral damage has basically been I've been ignoring and neglecting my Aerostars, and that's why it's fun to live vicariously through Year of the Aerostar. Look at this, it's just like a big puddle here. You know, luckily we do have this thing, you know, being, now I'm not sure, this could go one of two ways. It's pretty dark in here, which I don't think is good, because you think the darkness, like there'd be more, you know, less light to kill the mold. On the other hand, the last couple times I checked in here, there was no mold going on. And I guess I'll do it again for you all. That's how much we love you here at Janky AF. I'll be like, not quite completely lazy. And I'll take a, yeah, I don't, it's really impressive. I haven't seen any sort of, oh, there we go. There's our puddle mold growth in here, which is nice, because that's always the thing you gotta worry about. But I think just being, you know, actually covering it and no sunlight gets in here to fade the seats or in the interior, we really want to take care of this one. And boy, you know, low light in here, but just 3 bench seats. I mean, you know, you saw the paneling, the plastic paneling in the last one. Look at how tight and pristine everything is in here. It just has a nice, now I'm sure it was smoked in a little bit, but I mean, you can just see how it's not perfect, right? I mean, you have a little bit of imperfections going on. There's a little one in the headliner, but it's darn near it, and it's got to be, you know, you saw just the last episode of the Year of the Aerostar. If you watched that, you saw how, you know, like janked up this steering wheel was. That was a 2nd gen interior, a facelifted interior. But once this cleans and polishes up, you know, you got to put your screws in back here. But you know, this stuff is all tight, which on like my brown Aerostar, it's got a bunch of sheet metal screws holding them together. The carpets I think will clean up, and on my green Aerostar, you can tell it's a little, you know, it's a little wonky here, but no big rips or tears in your bolster. These, I mean, these seats are just amazing. I love this red interior. I haven't even looked at it in a while, so I'm just sort of remarking on it myself. It's so great, and I just can't wait to make this, you know, like a real drivable Aerostar. It's going to take some work, and we're trying to be responsible and pay off debt. But it's in the collection, and, you know, there will come a time when we can start allocating some of our discretionary spending to more irresponsible things. Of course, I haven't even taken the Fiat out this year. Basically, I have to try to get this thing running, which supposedly it will, to back it out of the way. Get the Fiat out, I got clean out the whole garage. It's a whole mess. It's just, it's kind of depressing, but we're getting there, and we're trying to work nonstop in the middle of it. Obviously, our fence looks great. Shout out to my parents who've been helping me do landscaping. The sweetheart tried to plant some poppies. They looked really good, but I don't know if they're gonna make it in our soil. We have the lilies, of course, kind of a classic upstate New York thing, but I think it's nice and easy, and they grow and they'll proliferate and spread out. It'll be a nice fence border. I've been working on my path here, proving to myself as much as all of you that I do things. So this path was probably cut short right around there, and we just extended it out. We sort of dug it up to be able to plant here, but now, so this will be great, so we can just walk out of this little path, and eventually we'd like to see if we can maybe put our mailbox here. That'd be cute, you know, walk down this little path to get the mail. We'll see if they let us do that. Now we're doing a little edge border, getting some great consulting and advising. My dear mother ripped all these lilies out, And we just have these now. We're gonna try to go, I think, what are these hydrangeas? I'm sorry, let me know I know what they are, but I can't, they're not peonies. I don't know. Anyways, they're pretty white flowers. So we've been doing a little, took some of these blocks from $1 Million View, again, trying to source everything as cheap or free as we can. So we'll, you know, do a little, these are actually strawberries. There's like wild strawberries growing in here, which is pretty darn cool. So, you know, build up the little thing so the dirt doesn't go up on the window, build this up here, taking all these rocks out here to use on various places. And then I want to put like a real tiny thin lattice, but I want to crawl under here with like a hazmat suit and try to like rodent proof like the windows and get all that tightened up. Then put some great lattice down and be able to steal all those rocks, do some sort of garden up against there. And then I built this, just, you know, messing around one night, built this little, you know, keep these lilies here, and you got some purple dingle dongles there. So there you go. Whole house needs to be painted, and you know, one of these days, one of these years. But we're hanging out here at well, this isn't $1 Million View. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Here at the Janky house, whatever, the pony house. Got our little outdoor wicker furniture. You know, it's like you know, white trash chic or something like that. I'll tell you, I bought this Gorilla cart, and it's very nice, but this Radio Flyer is probably like 50 years older, and these tires won't hold air anymore. And to buy like 3 of these tires, you know, compared to the cost of the whole thing itself, you almost might as well buy another one. And this thing, bless its heart, it just keeps going. So now I actually prefer this janky little Radio Flyer cart to this supposedly, this doesn't have a dump feature, you know, but this is now like sort of, you can't put anything over a couple pounds in here, and this thing you can load down with rocks. So, you know, it's all like the whole don't make them like they used to crowd. There's something right there that I've discovered. So there you have it. We'll walk you back to the Aerostar here. Really just wanted to show you that toilet, and I know we're going a little long here, but hopefully you don't mind. And trying to do more with less. You know, recycle things, reuse things, appreciate older things, and appreciate new things. You know, it's like you can have personal growth even though you're recycling old things, if that makes sense. You know, it's not that we're not trying to move forward or advance or grow or evolve. Ancient wisdom, right? Like you can discover things about yourself and become hopefully a little bit more enlightened, even though you're reading about or discovering ancient wisdoms and old things like that. So the old and the new go together like a yin and yang. And look at that. I don't even know if I've shown you the steel wheels on the Prius. Maybe I have, I can't remember. But I got these great steel wheels. I was gonna get them powder coated. Too rich for my blood, so I just rattle canned them, and they came out pretty darn good. The fact that they were brand new, I think I rubbed them down with denatured alcohol, and they've held the paint really, really well. I did curb one of them, which was unfortunate, so I gotta like sort of address that before it rusts too bad. Right there, I curbed that. Bummer, but actually it doesn't seem like it's gotten too bad, so. Yeah, there you go. A toilet and a Prius, pretty nice. A great Aerostar with alloy wheels. I mean, this thing is an interesting spec. It's the 4-liter and the alloy wheels, so it's kind of like, I think is it XL or XLT? It's like it's the XL, which is interesting. You see a lot of XLTs and you see a lot of bases, but you don't see a lot of XLs. It's sort of the medium package level. I got to get this bumper fixed, and I'm probably just cheat and take one of the bumpers from my other Aerostars and put it on the front, because I really do want to get this thing insured. They want to insure it without bumpers, which is such a funny reason, but I guess aesthetically it just takes it over the top in terms of looking non-functional, which, you know, mechanically it's barely functional by what I've been told. One of these days I'll finally get a battery in it and see if we can move it around. And I have 4 Steelies from my green Aerostar that maybe I think I'm going to swap on just for the meantime. I think it will look cool with Steelies, even though I like the alloys. Now it'll just be uniform. I do have the other alloy in the trunk, but there you have it. Okay, we'll you know, we'll close you out here in front of the sweet, sweet red Aerostar interior. Just, you know, sort of a dream. So there you have it. Thank you so much. Nice to be back here on My Janky Life. More My Janky Life, more Year of the Aerostars. It's great to be back and actually putting out stuff, videos, art. I don't like to use the word content, dirty word. And And thank you as well for your wonderful comments. I learned so much about the Aerostar by making videos about it and seeing people comment, as well as other things. It's just, I feel very fortunate to have this little sort of miniature database of people chiming in and telling me what's what with certain things. So it's really nice. I appreciate it. So Janky, do thank you to you for that. A little Sharpie in here. It's not a red Sharpie. That's interesting. Oh, just so much redness in here. You know, Ed Bullion and his red Bugatti, he's got nothing on Beef Janky and his red Aerostar. All right, there you have it. Thank you so much for watching. This has been my Janky Life here on Janky AF. We'll have another one for you coming very soon. And until then, Janky do thank you.